This house is apparently so haunted that an exorcism that was performed here failed. The home in this photo here is known as the Hinsdale House, but it's also known as the Dandy House, located in Hinsdale, New York. The home was built in 1853, but rumors about how haunted the area was have been going on since before that. Specifically, those coming from the Seneca Aboriginal tribes claiming that the land is actually quite haunted. So after the house was built in 1853 by two brothers, it was eventually bought by another family in 1861. Then in the early 1900s, another family bought the home, and they were known as the McMahon family, and they went on to live in the home for about 70 years. And it wasn't until this particular family started living in this home that all of these paranormal experiences started being reported. These initial reports were strange sounds, shadows in the corners, little things that if you really wanted to, you could explain away. But in the year 1970, that's when the house was sold again, and this time it was sold to the Dandy family, who only managed to stay in the house for 4 years because of how horrifying it was. So Clara and Phil Dandy both moved into this home with their 4 children. And so the activity first began with many of the lights throughout the home going on and off. Family would also begin to hear disembodied voices coming from the dark corners of the home. But then things started to escalate where they would experience unexplained car problems that would eventually lead to accidents. And then things just kept getting worse and worse from there. Things would be moved around the house. Some things would even be thrown across the rooms. The families would often see strange apparitions or shadows along the walls as well. But probably the most terrifying of all is that the family says that they would hear Gregorian chants coming from the forest near the house. By 1974, the family had no idea what else to do, so they decided to get a priest to come to the home in order to exorcise it. And of course, this exorcism ended up failing miserably to the point where the activity just got worse. Then shortly after, the Dandy family would sell the house to another couple. That couple would eventually end up passing away inside the home. Then in 2015, it was bought by another person named Daniel Klass, who proceeded to renovate the house. And as he was doing this, he has also experienced his fair share of paranormal activity and has also looked into more history and stories behind the home, including the possibility of the story of the 2 brothers that were once living here way back when. And apparently these 2 brothers would ambush stagecoaches, murder the people inside of them, rob them, and then hide the bodies in the crawl space of the home. And then once spring or summer rolled around, they would then proceed to bury the bodies across the property. And today the home is actually a very popular paranormal investigation spot where plenty of paranormal investigators come and do their own investigation. But like always, let me know what you guys think. Is the Hinsdale house truly haunted, or is it just another hoax?